G'day there guys, it's your main man Markee, back at it again with another episode of I Don't Work Here Lady. Now if you don't work here lady, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn on the barbie, and enjoy the video. Posted by user Care Bear Ninja Hair, titled, Karen Thinks My Sons Are Yard Workers. So, we are mostly a Hispanic family that lives in a modest middle-class neighborhood. Our teenage sons maintain our lawn and also our neighbor's lawn. She's a single mum and ER nurse and appreciates the help. Our cast are Karen, oldest son 19, younger son 17, me and husband, with bonus characters at the end. My sons had noticed a few times that there is a woman in a silver Lexus that rolls past our home a few times when they've been out there. She basically just pulls up in front of the house and idles in the middle of the street, staring. Finally, one evening, she worked up the nerve to roll down the window and speak with them. The first time, she says, "Hello, I saw you boys doing the yards and wonder if you could do mine too." "Possibly. Where do you live?" "Oh, I live in a 3 miles away, much more expensive neighborhood." "Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. We don't have a truck and the lawn equipment won't fit in my car." "Okay, thank you. No problem. Bye." A couple of weeks later, Karen rolls up again and says, "Hello. I saw you boys doing the yards and wondered if you could do mine too." "I'm sorry, ma'am. Like we told you last time, we don't have a way to transport our lawn equipment. Also, this isn't really a business. We just do it in our spare time to help out." "Well, how did you get it all here?" "We live here, and we do our neighbors' yards as a favor." "You live here? Let me speak to your master." "You mean our parents?" "No, your master, owner, boss, whatever." Younger son comes inside to get me and relays what's happening. I'm still a little disbelieving and think he's surely misunderstood. Older son just ignores her while she waits and resumes yard work. I say, "Hello ma'am, how can I help you?" "I need to talk to their owner," and points at my sons. "I'm their mother. What's the issue?" "Who is their owner? I want to speak with them." "They don't work here, lady. This isn't a business. They're my sons." Karen still doesn't seem to understand that I am the mistress of the house, also referred to in 2020 as the homeowner. At this point, my husband, who is Caucasian, comes out of the house to see what is happening. Karen says to my husband, "Sir, hi, I was wondering if you would allow your workers to come do my yard." Husband, who has not been apprised of what the hell is actually happening, but realizes something is definitely not right, says, "Hi ma'am, these are my sons. They live here. Is something wrong?" Karen seems to finally realize what is happening and mumbles something of an apology to my husband, and gets back in her car and leaves. But wait, there's more. About an hour later, 2 police officers, 2 separate squad SUVs, show up at our house, lights flashing and weirdly parked blocking the street. My husband answers the door and the officer explains to him that they got a complaint that there was a burglary in progress. My oldest son provided them with her vehicle description and license plate that he was smart enough to note, sensing she would be trouble. The officers explained that they have gotten several neighborhood watch calls about her. Apparently, she often drives around our neighborhood trying to hire handymen and lawn workers for cheap. It reminds me of Dwight Schrute looking for un bueno worker. ETA/clarify. I say mostly Hispanic because, visually speaking, my kids and I look more ethnic than Caucasian and we're bilingual. Second edit, I was actually, at the time, naive enough to think she meant owner of the business. The master part was what made me realize she was just in the wrong world, century, mindset, etc. Also, this wasn't some little old lady that was 2nd to 3rd generation daughters of Confederacy type. This woman appeared to be in her 30s and very suburban Lululemon type. Man, that's horrible. Props to your sons to understand what was going on and get her vehicle description. Did you guys put in a police report and/or restraining order? I wonder if you can basically get harassment as a charge. We didn't file a report ourselves, as no violence or threat of violence was made. She was nice in her first interaction with our sons, so this second time didn't really qualify as harassment, just sheer stupidity. I would imagine the police might have filed against her for making a false complaint. Unfortunately, there's not much that can be done unless she continues to harass each neighbor multiple times, and each neighbor files a report. I've met with our neighborhood watch captains and let them know to get the word out to be on the lookout and report her each time. We've done the same with other solicitors in the neighborhood. As far as we know, she has no family or friends in this neighborhood. She just trolls here for cheap labor. Posted by user Crocker4Loca, titled, "The time one of them actually got to speak to the manager, and it was my manager." This happened a couple of years ago, but I was reading an Ask Reddit thread that jogged this memory to come up. Anyway, I think it was like 2016-ish, and I was working as a receptionist in an office. My boss/owner of the business was actually a very good friend of mine that I had known for a really long time. Anyway, she would occasionally give me employees' gift cards to different places to buy some work attire, as the dress code kept changing as the business did. I took mine and set out to Target. I was in the fitting room trying on some stuff when I hear what sounds like a stern, angry tramp talking. When I come out, it is, in fact, a stern, angry tramp talking. She is standing with who I assume is her daughter, in front of a mirror that was in the hall of the dressing room areas, but not in the room itself. She's basically railing into this poor girl, who can't be more than 13 to 14 years old, about how if she lost weight, clothes might actually look good on her. This lady was actually pretty big herself. Not that it's a bad thing, but hypocrisy and mental abuse is. The poor girl looked defeated, and I kind of watched them as I handed my items. I didn't want back to the girl working and said something along the lines of, "Man, some people suck," in a voice I thought was pretty low. I guess it wasn't. The tramp thought the girl working the counter said it at first, and started to go after her. I told her I said it because that girl didn't know me and didn't need to lose her job over me. I mean, I'm sure you can guess what happens next. She wants to speak to my manager. I try the whole, "Oh, I don't work here" thing, but her rebuttal is that I obviously do, am obviously here on my day off, and should still be reprimanded for being rude about a customer to my little friends. Not that I wouldn't be friends with the girl working there, she seemed lovely, but we had never met before, to my knowledge anyway. I'm about to tell her that, when a new idea dawns on me. "Yeah, you can talk to my manager," I tell her, getting my phone out. "I just have to call her because she isn't here today." Entirely true. My manager was at home that day getting ready for a party that I was later attending at her house. I call her, she answers. I say, "Hey, I have someone here at Target demanding to speak to you." There is some quite obvious confusion on her end. All I hear is, "Okay?" before putting her on speakerphone. I'll be damned if a stranger is going to press my phone against their face. "Okay, you're on speaker." Immediately, Bitchy McBitchpants starts telling her how awful I am and what I did, and is also adding spice that it's awful no manager was on the floor to deal with this situation today. My boss started laughing hysterically, which made the tramp britches even more angry. Well, if you ask for a random person's manager, don't be surprised that they don't work at Target, you idiot. I lost it at that point too. I apologized to the nice lady working the rooms, put my phone to my ear so I could laugh it off with my friend/manager, and start to walk away. Of course, Bitchenstein is still yelling at me because I'm awful, and I see what I assume is an actual manager coming over to the rooms. So I tell my manager I'll call her back and head back to see what lies she tries to spin, and also try to make sure she doesn't accuse Fitting Room Girl of anything. Lo and behold, she was trying to blame that girl, and started yelling about that tramp, me this time, coming back, and I should be punished too. Luckily, the manager saw me and immediately says, "I have never seen her before in my life. She doesn't work here." Angry lady says she can't deal with her lies anymore, grabs her poor, embarrassed, beyond all reason daughter, and is walking away. The manager apologized to me and the employee, but it's not like I ever blamed him. He was super kind. Once I got to my car, I felt bad that I didn't give the daughter the rest of my Target gift, but I knew there was no way I could have. So I called my manager back and just about died laughing at the situation. Posted by user GingerKidSuza, titled, "This isn't your pizza, ma'am." In our area, there are no zoning laws, so we have homeowners associations. That way, a bar can't be built next door to your dream house. You pay an annual fee, and there are amenities like maybe a park and a pool. The HOA contracts with a company for lifeguarding and pool cleaning to avoid liability. Our car star, LG, my daughter, The lifeguard. Lifeguard? Any other lifeguards working that day? Karen? She's lived here forever and getting you fired. KH is Karen's buddy, Junior is Karen's 4-year-old son, and IF is the innocent family. Setting. It's a beautiful summer morning in Pool Wonderland. Children laughing and splashing, and several lifeguards, including my daughter, sitting on her throne of peace and tranquility. Pool Wonderland has some new rules this summer. 1. No going down the water slide with a child in your lap. 2. No non-swimwear in the pool. If you happen to require a head covering of any kind, it must be swimwear material. This is an important detail for later. Scene 1. Karen. KH, take Junior down the water slide. Sure thing. Lifeguard atop the slide says, sorry sir, no children riding in your lap. We do apologize, it's a new rule this year. Hey, no problem. Junior is disappointed, but not an unruly little thing. What the hell? That's rude. Junior begins to cry as I assume this tone signals to Junior that once again, Mummy is gonna lose it. Karen's friend is like, it's no big deal. Karen, now addressing Lifeguard, why can't my son go down the water slide with his dad? And Lifeguard explains the rules, and Karen doesn't like it, but complies in a huff. Scene 2. Innocent friend shows up and orders pizza. They have a small family birthday party which was scheduled in advance with tables reserved. Many of the women are wearing what I understand to be Muslim swimwear, appropriate fabric for the pool, and covers much of the body, including a hijab. Please don't jump on me if anything I said was ignorant or incorrect about the religion or the names I used. I'm merely trying to paint a picture. I mean no offense and hope none is taken, but polite corrections or constructive comments are always welcome. Innocent friend decides to get in the pool. Karen also gets in the pool, wearing a t-shirt and some shorts. Lifeguard says, ma'am, I'm sorry, but you will have to get out of the pool. You can't wear that in the water. Excuse me, I pay for the privilege to swim here, and you cannot tell me what to wear. It's a new rule this year. We can't allow people to wear cotton fibers in the pool because it messes up the plumbing. What about them? She says disgustedly, referring to the ladies in the innocent family. If I have to get out, so do they. Lifeguard, now realizing she's dealing with a racist, says, ma'am, they are wearing swimwear. You are not. Huh, we'll see about that. At this point, Karen is now being told by the lifeguard supervisor on duty, being told the same thing. Nice try, Karen. Scene 3. Pizza arrives. There are 4 end drinks and breadsticks. Karen gets up and takes the pizza, which was paid for already, I imagine, as no money changed hands. Not even for a tip. God damn. Karen juggles all this to her table and sticks her legs in the water on the side of the pool. Another pizza arrives, and the innocent family is approached by a lifeguard as they were expecting a delivery. Innocent family says, no, that isn't ours. We ordered 4 pizzas and drinks and breadsticks from not that pizza place. Lifeguard looks around and sees, 4 pizzas and drinks and breadsticks on Karen's table. Lifeguard to innocent family says, I bet I know who this belongs to. Let me help you. She's thrilled after Karen has been such a nasty bee. She didn't even say anything. Lifeguard walked to the table, set the pizzas down, and helped the innocent family carry the 4 pizzas and drinks and breadsticks. Karen says, excuse me, where do you think you're going with our food? Lifeguard says, this pizza isn't your pizza, ma'am. She has the order on her phone matching the pizza place and the order. Your pizza was delivered a moment ago and on your table. Karen glances back in confusion, covering her embarrassment. It wasn't even the same damn delivery place, with pure rage, now yelling at Lifeguard and demanding the police be called. Why would you call the police? You have been harassing me all day, and I know you have been staring at my son. I have lived here for years, and I'm going to the HOA board to have you fired. Lifeguard laughs nervously and turns and walks back to her stand. My daughter has bad anxiety, and for years, she's perfected a stonewall exterior where you think she doesn't care, but she will cry later because, she's human. Karen trailing behind and yelling expletives now. Karen proceeds to use her phone camera to video my daughter, hoping to catch her doing what? I don't even know. She's literally paid to watch and scan patrons of the pool. That's most of your damn job as a lifeguard. By the end of the day, the police have been called because Karen insisted the staff was out of line. Karen's disruptive behavior has actually bothered other patrons, mostly the innocent family, as ugly comments about swimwear were overheard and made them uncomfortable. It was following guards and taking cell phone video that actually got Karen and her family kicked out. Many lifeguards are minors, and this made the staff uncomfortable. Not to mention, it's ludicrous to be distracting a first responder from their job. Karen did not return to the pool for the remainder of the summer, not because she was banned. Hopefully she went home and looked in the mirror and was too embarrassed by her behavior. Posted by user Diabetic523, titled, I'm 14, I don't work at Costco. Okay, I've been reading this subreddit during quarantine and just remembered a story from about 9 months ago. Our cast are Karen, me, and the nice gentleman. One day, my mum decided she wanted to get a new computer. Her work was being acquired by a bigger company, and she thought she was going to be fired. She thought that Costco was the best place to do it, and I agreed to help her because she doesn't know much about computers. We browsed for about 15 minutes, and I told her that there wasn't anything appropriately priced for her needs when I hear, "Excuse me." I turn and see an older gentleman with an iPhone 7. "Can I upgrade this to an iPhone X?" I walk over, never being one to not help someone with their phone. He tells me that he has Verizon and wants to upgrade to the iPhone X. I don't work here, but if I were you, I would wait a month to see what the Black Friday deals Verizon has. I got my iPhone X for $500 no trade-in, and by that time Apple would have released a new phone, lowering the price even more. "Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, I'll do that." He leaves me alone, and I go to look at devices for a little longer, but before I can even go back to looking, I hear, "Excuse me?" I, not knowing she was talking to me, go to browse. "Excuse me?" I turn around and see she was standing behind me. "Finally, I need a computer." Me, not feeling like dealing with another person, tell her, "Oh, I don't work here." "Yes, you do. I just saw you helping that man." "Oh, I did, but I don't work here." "Yes, you do. Now, I need a new computer." "No, I don't. I'm 14. I see my mum start walking over, and I start walking towards her. "Don't you walk away from me." "Hey mum, we should keep shopping. I don't think we should be getting anything here." I turn around to see Karen go pale as I give my mum a hug and walk away. I tell my mum the story. As we continue shopping, we have a good laugh about the idiots of the world. Posted by user ZaxMorgan12, titled, Put your cart back, lady. I, 20 male, took my friend to the grocery store today and waited for him in the car. While I was sitting there, the woman parked next to me decided to just push her cart between our cars and leave it there. Well, that doesn't sit right with me because if you give even one half of one crap, you can find a cart return somewhere nearby. And in our circumstance, there was one less than 30 feet away. So I got out of my car and grabbed her cart to take it back, but I also flipped her the bird. Well, I put her cart back and turned around to see her approaching me. She asked me if I flipped her off, and I said yeah because you didn't put your cart back and it's literally the easiest thing in the world. She started lecturing me about respect and the unacceptability of flipping people off. Next thing I know, she's telling me to come along with her so we can go find my manager. Well, I obviously don't work here. I'm not wearing a company uniform, and in fact, I'm wearing sweats and an old t-shirt with holes in it. I very bluntly state that I don't work here, and the look on her face was priceless. She no longer had any way to make me atone for my egregious sin. She stuttered on her words for a second before asking me if I had parents who ever taught me respect. I responded, obviously I do. They taught me enough respect to put my frickin' cart back. Well, she had no clue how to respond to it and shuffled back to her car, leaving me feeling proud of my small victory against the Karenhood. Posted by user Lucky Lady Lucy, titled, I'm a lifeguard, not a waitress. So I just got this job at a country club pool as a lifeguard. The pay is terrible, the people are terrible, the food is decent. The layout of this place is weird, due to COVID. You come in by the guard office, my office, and you have to leave by the poolside grill. No exceptions. So the poolside grill has its own servers and tables to keep glass away from the pool. Not that anyone ever listens to that rule. The servers wear pink collared tops and black shorts or skirts. I said country club, not classy country club. I wear a big white t-shirt that says guard on the front and back, a hat, a whistle, and sunglasses. So, one lovely 90-degree afternoon, I get down off the guard stand and head over to the grill to get myself a refill on water. This lady taps on my shoulder and asks me to get her another drink. I can't remember what kind, so we'll call it a Cosmo. I tell her in my customer service voice that I'm a guard, not a server, and I'm only here for water. She scoffs and opens her mouth to say something snotty. I just know it, so I say it again in my guard voice. Ma'am, I'm refilling my water. A server will be by shortly to get you another Cosmo. And I walk off. My pool manager comes up to me with that look on his face, and I just give him attitude. How else did he want me to handle it? He hired me to guard lives, not serve drinks. Was I bitchy? Totally. Was I overheated, cranky, and thirsty, not to mention underpaid? You bet. Edit. My supervisor isn't deep water certified. He can do CPR just fine, but he can't do a deep water rescue. Okay. Posted by user FrankScar5. Titled, Being Kind Can Bring Brownies to Your Life. This happened like a year ago, and I just wanted to share it. I went to a supermarket to get something to eat before my next class at college. I was walking in when I saw an elderly woman and her husband calling me from the parking lot. This very nice lady just wanted some help to get a heavy box inside her car. Since I'm not a total piece of garbage and I always loved my grandparents, I was happy to help them. I lift the box and her husband says, Peppy, some nickname I guess, I think he doesn't work here. I was wearing a black jacket, jeans, and black boots. The store's uniform was a black sweater, jeans, and safety black shoes, so I understand the confusion. She started apologizing and asking me why did I help her. I just replied, you asked nicely. Then she just smiled and gave me something on a napkin. They were going to a family reunion, so she gave me some homemade brownies that they were bringing. Well, that's it. There is always bad experiences here, so I wanted to share this nice and short one. Posted by user Tanzanite20. Titled, Of course I really do work here. Look how I'm dressed. Took my octogenarian mother shopping, walked away from her for less than a minute, met a 30-ish-year-old Karen and her spawn. So, I took my mum to get some groceries and stuff at a Mr. Walton's department store. This just happened yesterday, Saturday. Being really nice out, I'm wearing an old and faded black t-shirt with denim coveralls that I cut the legs off for summer. Mum is in her 80s and has a rollator walker, so I push her cart and she walks beside me. I try to do the food items last so the cold stuff stays cold, but Mum insisted on starting on that side. Okay, I gave in and off we went. After the groceries were in the cart, Mum heads us over to the electronics because I was telling her that hubby and I are debating buying all the Avengers movies versus getting a streaming service. Mum wanted to see the cost of the DVDs. This is where we met Karen and her spawn. I'm explaining DVD versus Blu-ray to Mum, when Karen walks up to me and tells me she needs my help next. Mum is sitting on her walker while we are talking. I politely told her I don't work here, I'm a customer. Then I point out an employee in a blue vest. No, you are obviously helping this old lady to buy a DVD player. I'm just telling you I am next. Sorry, but I don't really work here. I'm shopping with my parent. Listen here, Missy. I know you work here. Now, as soon as you are done with the old lady, I am next. One thing I forgot to mention. I have blue hair right now, and have my hair up in 2 ponytails. I know I don't look like a kid, but I definitely don't look 50 either. I hate being called Missy, especially when the carbon-based life form is younger than me. If any of you have read other shopping trips I have posted, you know my mum is a very feisty Italian. Mum says, listen lady, open your ears. My daughter doesn't work here. Look how she's dressed. Ma'am, please, I'm just asking this girl to serve me next. Spawn's like, Mum, she really doesn't work here. Look at her clothes and hair. Just Be quiet. You wanted a Switch? We're gonna get you a Switch. If this girl doesn't show more respect, I'll make sure we get a discount. By this point, my mum is done. In Italian, she starts cussing out this woman. My mum does not like being the center of attention, but man, if you annoy her, duck and run. Just duck and run. Sales staff finally make it over to us since mum is getting louder the longer you let her go. Karen sees the employee and starts in on how rude I am, and what a horrid employee I am, and I need to be disciplined for my attitude towards her. The employee looks at me, my mother, and Karen, and politely in Italian asks mum what happened. Mum calmly explains and refers to Karen as puta. I'm dying trying not to laugh. Karen has her say, and finally it's my turn, and I turn to Karen. I say, look, I don't know who your parents are, but sweetie, I could be your mother. You're teaching your kid to act like this is unacceptable, especially right now with the pandemic as places are going out of business. I'm pretty sure you knew all along that I don't work here and were hoping to cause enough of a scene to get the acting manager to give you a massive discount. I'm here to tell you that ain't happening today. Not here, not in this store. You think that just because I'm dressed in old frayed clothes, you can pull a stunt like this, then tell the staff that I accosted you and I caused all the drama? Guess again, child. On top of your bad behavior towards me, you've caused my mother to get upset. I am so tempted right now to call the cops and have you charged with harassment and elder abuse. Karen left. Mum and I finished shopping and left. In the car, Mum says, I guess you're a little stressed today, huh? Oh my god, that was the understatement of the year. Edit. Just saw a comment pop up, then disappear. Yes, some people do post and make up stories in order to get karma and points. I do not. I don't post much, and I'm not doing this for karma points. High school was over 30 years ago. I don't need to be part of the popular crowd. So if you're going to make comments to that effect, please go look for the truly obvious fake stories. Edit 2. Spanish and Italian are both Latin-based languages, and unless you want to go tell me mother that you think her Italian is incorrect, please don't bother trying to correct mine in this post, as I am repeating her choice of words. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one today. Tell me what you thought of it down in the comments below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I would love you to subscribe because I love your face and I love seeing you here every single day that you are here in this video. I don't know what else to say today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. I do have a second channel that's called Markee 2. Link should be up on the screen somewhere here if you don't have adblock installed. If you don't know where to find the channel, you can go to my main page. Just click on the Markee face and it should be on the right, somewhere there, or on channels if you're on phone. Hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.